looking. Here comes Miller to the top. Miller a catch. Miller a look. He hit it. Reggie Miller.
Hey guys, this is Dominique Wilkins.
Hey, this is Sean Kemp.
This is Gary Payton.
Hey, this is Pau Gasol.
NBA fans, what's up? This is Vince Carter here.
Hey, what's up? This is Matt Barnes. If you're an old school NBA fan like I am, make sure you check out the Basketball Time Machine with my man Sean David.
Hey, what's good, everyone? Welcome back to the Basketball Time Machine. My name is Sean David. Thanks for tuning in. Let's talk some old school NBA basketball. In today's episode, I want to take a look at what NBA legends have to say about Reggie Killer Miller. But before we dive into today's episode, let me ask you guys for a small favor. Please check out the clip of today's sponsor. Today's video is brought to you by Royer. If high quality is important to you, then you have to check out Royer. Since 1934, Royer stands for high-quality work boots. I can especially recommend the Revolt. This boot is a combination of the best materials and the most advanced technologies without compromising quality. The Revolt collection is based on a new last with a 3 times oversized footbed and a Vibram Mega Grip Pro outsole with superior traction adapted to the molded and soon patented Royer platform. This boot is not only stylish and looks great, but it's the perfect boot for your outside job. All leather, baby. As I said in the beginning of the video, this is high quality. For this and more, check out www.royer.com and get your Revolt boot now. Now, the first player's opinion that we're going to take a look at is from Magic Johnson. Now, obviously, Reggie and Magic played against each other in the 80s and 90s, and they're still friends as far as I know, but obviously they also had their rivalries back in the day. Let's have a look.
The pressure, the higher percentage he shot.
Reggie Miller could do 2 things. He could shoot the lights out, but he was a natural scorer too at the same time. We hadn't quite seen that in one player. Normally, you're either a shooter or you're a scorer. Reggie Miller combined both of them. And what I love about Reggie the most is his work ethic, his moving without the ball. We've never seen a player move without the ball like Reggie Miller. He was the greatest off-the-ball player we've ever seen in the history of the NBA. Then, the next thing that he brought to the table, he loved the big moments.
Here's Reggie, here's the turnaround, here's the shot.
And the next player's opinion that we're going to take a look at is from John Starks. Now, we know that New York and Indiana, especially in the 1990s, had this huge rivalry going on, which was so much fun to watch as a fan. And when we talk about a rivalry, we have to talk about Reggie Miller and John Starks. They really did not like each other. I think nowadays it's cool, but back in the days, bad blood.
Reggie Miller was a tough guy to guard.
Yeah.
Because of off-ball, and he just never stopped moving. So talk about guarding Reggie and how you prepared for a guy like him.
Well, with Reggie, you have to stay locked in. Mm-hmm. Like if you lose sight of him or you lose focus on him, he's gonna bang you up very quickly. You know what I mean? 2 or 3, 4 threes in a row, Right. And so my mentality with Reggie is gonna be, we had our own separate game. I'm guarding you, and those other 8 guys, they're gonna be playing basketball.
Right.
But I have you, and that was my mentality, not to let him get going, because once he get going, or any player in this league get going, you can't shut the water off.
Right.
Especially with him, because he has a different mentality.
Oh my! There's Miller, swings away and hits. Reggie Miller is on fire, and Reggie Miller in an animated discussion with Spike Lee.
Look at this shot.
And he hits it. It's a 3-pointer for Reggie Miller.
What about Spike Lee? Spike who?
Reggie would talk trash the whole game. He talked trash to anybody.
I don't talk trash.
Okay.
I keep telling you that. I'm a good guy. I don't know. I'm innocent. Halo. I don't know.
The fans, the coaches, the water boy, the ball boy, the concession guys, if somebody said anything to him, he had a response. He was great. He was just tough. Like, he was tough. He would come off those screens, and he would always be moving. He knew how to use, space in so many ways to get his shot off. But you're talking about ultimate competitor and put a city and the Pacers under his wing to make them great. He was that guy just because of the things he did.
Sunday afternoon in Chicago, Miller and Jordan and a cast of characters that is not afraid to win.
Yeah, I'm doing good.
That's good. It's gonna be bad, I know.
You know it.
I knew that coming in. Okay.
Reggie Miller is one of the best pure shooters that I've ever played against. It's hard to guard him, coming off screens. He could also put it on the floor and take it to the basket. That's what they don't talk about a lot, but his jump shot was one of the purest I've ever seen. Little unorthodox, it looked really funny, but he would make them. You don't ever want to leave him. He was a good athlete, and at 6'7", he had the length and height to shoot right over most people. And it didn't take him long to get that shot off. When you see a guy shoot the ball that quick with that much accuracy, I think of Reggie Miller.
Well, anytime you have a great scorer that is an opposing scorer, your game plan defensively is around that guy. How do you slow him down? How do you stop him? And Reggie was no different than any other great player. You had a game plan. How are you going to slow him down? How are you going to stop him? How you keep the ball out of his hands by trying to deny him, but he'd move so well without the ball. It was hard to stop because he never stopped moving.
He's one of the great adversaries that I ever had to coach against. And I knew that when I was coaching against him, I had nothing but respect for him.
Ball is big entertainment. I like to see people entertained. 20,000 people are coming to see you perform. It's like being on stage.
We're not coming in here to lay down. We're coming in here to shock the world.
Here comes Reggie. Fake Shaw off his feet. Good look at the three.
When I was a rookie and we played Indiana and the rookies had to go, to the early bus, when we got to the gym, Reggie Miller was at the end of his workout, full on sweat, right? Grabbing, holding, pushing, getting into it with the coaches or the trainers or whoever was guarding him. And I was like, man, this dude gonna be tired before the game. Like, what is he doing? Like, this dude crazy. Like, he must not be playing tonight. And he came out and it was the same level of intensity at a greater pace with greater strength. You know what I mean? And more focus. And I was like, damn, that's what it means to be a superstar in this league. So when you think about, getting the most out of your ability, getting the most out of your talent, right? And maximizing your talent, right? And then honing in on that superpower and knowing what your superpower is, Reggie Miller was that. And if there was a moment, if there was a last shot, if there was a big shot to make, he was gonna be your guy.
The 2000 three-pointer, the king of three-pointers.
Reggie's ability mentally to overcome, to maybe get you off your game a little, was really unparalleled. Because, here's this really skinny guy, wasn't overly athletic, and we all knew if he ever got the opportunity to deliver, he would.
Miller for three. Oh, he backed it in. He backed it in.
Miller, three-point territory, drives in. Miller, two-handed dunk with three.
This guy was just unstoppable.
Reggie was so clutch, he wanted the ball in his hands, and he had a unique ability to draw fouls. So he's always able to keep the defense off balance because he was such a great free throw shooter. You don't want to get your hands caught and foul him. So he creates space, and that's all he needed was a little space to get that shot off. And it seemed like he was a higher percentage shooter with the game on the line than he was actually probably during the middle of the game. And as an opposing player, I really didn't like him too much. And that's a compliment because out of respect, and he would get under your skin. But when I became his teammate, I loved playing with him. He was one of my favorite teammates of all time.
Reggie, he sees himself as an actor, so naturally when he gets on Broadway, he wants to perform.
There's Miller, swings away and hits. Reggie Miller is on fire.
I don't like the Pacers. Still don't like Reggie. We get along now, but every now and then when I see him, I still want to smack him.
So how good was Reggie Miller in my opinion? Well, it's kind of interesting to see that 10 years ago, Reggie Miller was still considered to be the best shooter of all time. Then Ray Allen surpassed him and he was considered to be the best shooter. And nowadays, obviously, Klay Thompson and Steph Curry are considered the best shooters. But it doesn't mean that Reggie Miller was not one of the greatest in his position and one of the greatest trash talkers of all time. He carried the Indiana Pacers for so many years and that's why he deserves a lot of respect. So Reggie, you're my man. All right, you guys, that was it for today's episode. Don't forget to leave a like, subscribe to the channel, comment the video, and I'll see you next time on the Basketball Time Machine.